Oh,
Nice.
shoot, what the hell is that? Okay. Had to fix that. All right, my friend. It is a nice and beautiful Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday comes after today, Tuesday, and the day before Thursday, I think.
Yes. Yes, it does. It starts off with Monday, and then it's Tuesday, which is Odin's Day. Then you got Wednesday. Fuck that. Then you got Thor's Day. Then you got Friday. Who gives a fuck? Anyway, then Saturday. Then, yeah, all the other fun days.
Well, there's Friday's actually kind of cool.
Friday's gonna kick ass.
Hold on. Let me do a couple of shout outs real quick. Let me see who's joining us real quick. Jana Ball is here with us. The Matrix Eyes is with us. Don Seymour is with us so far. This Friday, we got a couple cool. We actually have 2 sets of guests that are actually coming on this Friday. We actually have Manimal Research. Whoa, what the hell is that noise?
Always something, man.
Oh, no, I know. My thing went off. So we have Manimal Research coming on. That's from the Bigfoot community. And we also having on back road hauntings from the paranormal community. So what I'm probably going to do with those 2, I'll probably have like Manimal Research come on first, like at 11. And then I'll have like a back road hauntings come on like at 11:45 to give them a little set of time, get back road set of time, and then we'll just all combine everything, combine Bigfoot with paranormal, kind of, be kind of a cool conversation. Get like it'll be all truly different communities all on one show, on one channel.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Who says you
That's
can't
gonna
do
be
it?
fun.
Oh, remember, I know most people don't watch our horror talk show. Remember I told you talked about Dexter? I told you
yeah. Bubblehead dog.
Yeah.
You got the bubblehead doll.
That's the bubblehead serial killer doll.
Only in modern society will we all love a serial killer. Because he kills the bad guy. It's like, as long as he kills the bad guy and tortures the bad guy, we all love him for it. So, I mean, where else do we live? But that's cool. I mean, I'm not hating it. I like the show. So I'm with it. I'm supportive of it. Killing and torturing the bad guy. Good.
Technically, they could make more. I mean, technically, I can't remember where he ended up living at the end. I can't remember if it was Alaska. I know it was somewhere cold. So Dexter, technically, he's not dead.
I stopped watching it after so many seasons. I'm not saying it's bad. I just remember I stopped paying for cable. I just stopped watching everything. Just went cold. I went cold. I just started reading books. Oh, that's weird to read books. I was reading books. Stopped.
Books. What are books? I thought books are only.
They've got words in them. They've got words. Sometimes they've got like letters. They're they're a mix between a kind of a different languages. If you're like a linguist kind of person, linguistics. Basically, one word is a blend of 3 different cultures, from 3 different places: Latin, Indo-European, all these different mix and blends. It depends on how you interpret them in your brain hole. Most people are not smart, so they don't interpret them very well. Words, man, books. It's kind of cool. I like crayons.
I thought it was an 80s and 90s thing. I didn't know they still have books that exist. Wow.
Yeah, they're on paper. I've got stacks, dude. I've got an old English dictionary from way back. I got all kinds of neat things about quantum and stuff, all that bullshit. I've got that one book we talked about with all the extra shit in it, and I compare it with the English version of a whatever book, and then atlases, and I got like the origins of Jerusalem. I've got tons.
Well, Vinny Barbarino says books hold matches. I think
they do. They have matches. They have magic. A lot of books have magic in them. So it's. I mean, basically, if people ask me what do I think of reality right now, I think it's like the Muslims always told me back in the Middle East. It's written. So we're basically living out of a book. Somebody wrote us into existence. Hail the Queen. Hail. Donald Trump, hail the Queen of England. Soon he'll be knighted as another emperor of Prussia, America. Because since American soldiers back in the 1800s wear a Prussian helmet with a spike on it.
Is that a queen? Is that the queen? Is that the fake queen that's on that cup? That's the fake queen, right?
Yeah, the CGI fake queen that we have out right now. That she's not actually real. Yeah, she's dead. She died. She died 2015. She died. Yeah, remember she had a farewell Christmas celebration, and she said goodbye to her staff. People saw it on BBC, and then they pulled it off. She said goodbye to her staff. She was gone.
Now, who's this? SCDHL #2. My main channel is under attack, and this is now my 4th attempt to leave a comment on my backup. Let's see if this comment actually sticks.
Well, there it is.
What's the SCDHL? Oh my God, dude! I apologize. I don't recognize who. System? No, who is SDHL? What's your main channel's name? What's your name channel? All keeps removing my comments. AI keeps removing my comments.
Probably so. Hey, y'all.
That should be breaking news. We were written into reality.
Yeah.
SCDHL. That's interesting.
Now, guys, remember today's show is about you in the sidebar. Now, Eric and I, you guys are our guests today, which means you got to ask questions. You don't ask questions, we don't have a show. So those of you that are regulars coming on in, if you got a question you want to ask, can't guarantee you it's going to be the answer you're looking for, and you're talking to two gumshoes. That means we're not smart. We don't have the answers. We're going to answer things the best we can with what education we have, and we're limited to what we have because we've been lied to too. So if I repeat something that I had read that's wrong, I have to use my discernment to know, and you have to use your discernment to know if it's incorrect. And we do encourage debunking. We do debunk here. We don't believe motherfuckers. Don't believe anyone. Start with me first. I always say that. That's my number one thing. Debunk and start with me first. Yeah.
And we're going to start with the questions. We're just waiting for a little more people to come in, and then we'll start. Have you ever heard of I was looking at the since I had the Dexter doll. I don't know why I was looking up serial killers the world. Don't ask me why, but let me ask you your opinion on one of the most famous, popular serial killers ever. And I'd like to get your opinion, Bob, and then we'll start getting into some questions when they come in. We all heard the word Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper was a doctor who people on the side. What do you know about Jack the Ripper, and who do you think who Jack the Ripper really was, in your opinion? I know we haven't lived in that time, but
that's a good question. No, let me take a look at my book, and I've got a book for everything. Yeah, Eric and I didn't talk. Eric, did we talk before the show? Yes or no?
No, we did not talk.
Can you give the people can you please tell them, put your hand over your fucking heart where you used to remember, and tell them we did not talk before the show?
I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
So I already knew it. I know the future. I go forward in time. I go back and forward in time. So I have these two books, Eric, already prepared for you. You asked this question before. We live every day over and over again. So, Jack the Ripper. This is the final chapter, Jack the Ripper. This one's Jack the Ripper. I was trying to go through it. A lot of different things about Jack the Ripper. He was thought to be out of all the data that I debunk, and I go through data, and I'm looking at the most supportive data that I've seen so far is that he was a royal, that he was part of the royal family, and that he got a syphilis, a disease, from a prostitute. So he had a prostitute. He also had a child from a prostitute. Family was upset with him. He had all these problems about, So anyway, he after getting a disease, bad karma came for him, and he got a disease from a prostitute, and he decided to go out and then cut them into small pieces out of anger, out of spite. And yes, he was a royal and attached to the Freemasonry, the guild. Yes, he was attached to a masonry, which helped cover up all his crimes. And that's what Jack the Ripper was. He was not an American that showed up. He was not some doctor that was experimenting on people, because if you look at what he had done to the victims, there was nothing medical about it. There was no looking at looking at certain parts and examining and taking no, it was just pure heinous anger. Somebody who just was angry at the prostitutes who had and nobody in that time, guys, were angry at prostitutes, if you know what I mean. No man was angry at a prostitute because they were all married. You don't be cutting down and taking away all the people that you need to get your release seed from. You're like, oh God, thank God for prostitutes back in that time. So people were upset about him cutting down the the crop, as you might say. So yeah, he was protected by the Freemasons. That's what I think. He was a royal. Yeah. From all the stuff that I've read, all the stuff that I've read, he was definitely a royal, 100%. And the thing is that people don't understand is, and this is not a myth, this is not a conspiracy, this is a fucking fact. Do your own research. In London, the royal families are sovereign. It's a sovereign country, a sovereign nation. They are sovereign, which means they have their own rules that are not the same as yours. The queen can legally eat your baby, and you can't say anything about it. It's legal for her. She can legally kill. Legally. The family can kill anyone they want. Legally. They're sovereign, which means they have their own rules. Just like Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia in the United States of America is sovereign. So all those pedophilia rings you guys see in D.C. are legal because they're sovereign. They don't have the same rules as you. That's why they're getting away with it. But you guys don't know maritime law. It's also the Vatican is legal to do whatever they want because they are also sovereign. And yeah,
you did.
I think they're
maybe Jack the Ripper was a woman.
Hypothetically, why would he not be? Could be a woman. Could be because of these because of the inbreeding with the royals. There were and are androgynous male to females. I think it's called Klinefelter syndrome. I'm not sure don't quote me on that Klinefelter syndrome. But we'd have to look at this book that I have set up for you right here. Murderous Women. Now I have this book also. Did I ask the person who asked that question? Did I talk to that person, or do I have the book ready for that person? Because I already know the question. So here's the question. He must have set this up. The person on the sidebar is going, I don't fucking know. I did not set it up. But here's Murderous Women. And there was our famous, they made a movie about one female that killed, she was a prostitute and she killed Johns. It was the reverse. It's called Monster. They made a movie called Monster, and she killed Johns, which is males that come looking for comfort. So she would kill the males. A little bit of flip revenge on that one.
I mean, if I had to put a guess, if Jack the Ripper was a woman, a man, I'm going to say it's more likely he was a man, just because he has killed over 5 women, and I'm sure that no offense against women during that day, but a lot of women did not have the strength as a man. They weren't bodybuilders. So I can't see a woman being able to hold down 5 women to be able to do what he did. So that's why I'm guessing 95% man, 5% woman. That's the only reason. Now, if he only killed like 1 or 2 women, I could think, it could be possibly a woman, but that's good luck for a woman to be able to kill 5 women and able to get away with it. Because
you're not going to get away with it because you're not part of the guild, so you're not gonna.
Yes.
You got to be part of a guild to get away with
that. At that time, women aren't part of guilds. It was no offense. It was mostly all men.
Yeah. So you're not going to get away with that. So, yeah, I'm just saying you could be right. Again, you are welcome to debate things. So, yeah, you could be right. Also, Eric, something's touching my computer screen, and it's a touch screen, and something's fucking my shit up. So, if I get kicked off, I'll try to jump back on. It's touching my screen all over the place with some non-seen hand. It's really weird. I can't even read comments, so it's turning off my comments constantly.
One came in. It says, "What is the Mandela effect?" I guess that's a fair question. I mean, of course, Bob and I could both have totally different answers because we should have totally different answers. Because if you and I, even though we're brothers, if you and I have the exact same 100% same question, then I'm going to say you could call us frauds because nobody is ever going to have the exact same questions. More murders, vampires, Charles. Okay, now I'll take this one first, Bob, and you can answer a second. First of all, I've always said that the Mandela Effect name is stupid. I've never been shy about saying it's the most stupidest cookie cutter name there is. Yes, I know I've used it in titles because that's what people know it as. It kind of sucks that they know it as. Mandela Effect is no different than a phenomenon, okay? I'm not going to use the word quantum because I freaking hate the word quantum, okay? I hate quantum. I'll never say that again. I look at Mandela Effect more of a word like phenomenon or a matrix, okay? Now, phenomenon basically means like, okay, phenomenon, I have a disease that I developed in the military called Raynaud's phenomenon, okay? What that is they know I have an issue, but they don't know why. They just don't know why. It's a real issue, but they don't know why. So they call it Raynaud's phenomenon, Raynaud's, whatever. So Mandela Effect is a phenomenon because people do see changes. It could be any kind of a change, not just in books, movies, changes in life, changes in movies. It can be any kind of change. We all know we all see some weird kind of changes. Bob, you said you see some lights. People can believe that or not. It's up to you. It's a phenomenon because you don't know why. I can't explain to you between the words the, they, why that would change for some people. It can. It's a phenomenon. Now, with every phenomenon, all because you put a title, Mandela Effect, a phenomenon, or anything, it doesn't mean it's true for everybody. You might see something different. I don't know. This guy named Vinny might see something different, or how do we get here? See something different. Erica might see something different. Doesn't mean you're wrong. I'm right. Everybody is there. We just see something different. We see it a different way. And we've always said that, Bob, you say this all the time, that all because I said this, it doesn't mean it's true. Okay?
Nope.
It's like this. Let me do this as an example. Okay. This is Dexter on it, right, Bob?
Yeah.
What if I told you 2 years ago, I remember this Dexter saying DEXTIR instead of ER? Should you automatically believe it? No.
Yeah.
This could be a personal one. And this is also no, there's also the reason I bring this also up, this is why I always say you got to do your research, and you got to do your research smart. Because I'm sure that if I go look at 1,000 articles on Dexter, okay, say I looked at 1,000 articles, I'm sure that probably 5 of those articles might have misspelled this word. And then I'm doing a whole show on 5 of those out of 1,000 saying, look, I wasn't lying. They did have an I in it. So even when you do your research, you got to really do your research because you're going to find articles with misspelled words. You just are. That doesn't automatically mean that's a real effect. Now, if I look at 1,000 and over 400, maybe 40% of it had it spelled an I, bingo. I think I got something.
Yeah.
But I've seen shows that found maybe 2% out of 1,000 with misspelled, and they're using only those 2%. So that's why I'm saying, anytime you hear a change or something in the word of a Mandela effect, please do your own research, because that person, even you, Bobby, you could have done this. Maybe you showed one article of a change.
Yeah.
Make sure you look at a bunch of articles and then make your own decision, and don't allow anybody make you feel stupid for
not online either. Not online. Anybody showing you anything on a fucking computer is an idiot. I can manipulate anything online. I've seen 99.9% CGI reproductions on. I've seen more Twin Tower BS, and I can clearly see that it's CGI. That there's an opposition out there. They're putting cheese for you to bite. All the truthers are eating that cheese up in the traps, and they're presenting it as residual data. And I said, this is clearly a CGI reproduction of fake. It's so fake. And they're claiming it's real. And then they're asking you for money behind it. Give me some money too, buy my merch. Thank you for the CGI. Thank you for fooling everyone with garbage. You got to go out and get your hands dirty and get books with paper. You want to check the copyright date of the book. You got to find the context of where that book was, where it's been, what library. If you can get it from a library, it's the best. You can get it from a book. If you've got maybe a collection of 10 books. Eric, I didn't mean to cut you out. But I'm just going to add what you're saying. You got 10 different books with pages. Okay. And then you might have a residual. If you present it online, you found it on the internet, you're bullshit. I mean, you're putting up lies.
He's kind of correct here. Or you can search right the first time so you don't have to research. That's just not searching right the first time, because you might get lucky and find a misspelled word the first time. So it's an ongoing thing. Like, we talked about the movies Meatballs, where I remember Bill Murray wearing a Hawaii shirt, and in one scene he was wearing a red sweater 13 shirt. I feel that's a change for me, but I've told people, don't take my word for it. No. Because every research that I've done, I cannot find him wearing a Hawaii shirt. So it doesn't mean I'm wrong, but doesn't mean I'm right either.
Yeah, good job, man. Yeah, exactly. For me, I don't believe in the Mandela effect. I think the word is made up by CIA.
Good question.
It's an intelligence word.
Do you guys think there are good videos or pictures of Bigfoot or Dogman?
We'll talk about that, definitely. I already have I have a theory for everything. So back to, but yeah, it's a good one. Bring that back up, Eric, in a second. But for the Mandela effect, the thing is, I'm going to give you guys an example. Okay? Let me give you an example. Avocado. Now, how many people on the sidebar, write down how you remember you spell an avocado? Just write it down on the sidebar. We're going to break it down right now. We're going to do science. We do science in this channel. We've went to college. I don't care. Yeah, whatever. So write down how you spell avocado. Okay, put that in there, and then I'm going to associate it with something else that's kind of relevant. You'll see what I'm going for. So we'll give it a couple seconds. Of Eric, do you remember? Don't say it out loud, but do you remember how to spell avocado in your head? Now, not everyone's going to. That's the number one problem. Everybody's a bad speller. Everybody spells bad. And when you have, and I'm in Europe, and when you have a European spelling, there we go. Thank you for putting it in there. A European spelling and an American spelling, they're different. They will be different. Okay. There's a European spelling in America, and a lot of European spellings is getting over to America, and they're fucking things up. And everyone's like, oh, there's a Mandela effect. It's not a Mandela effect. Okay. Oh, here we go. So then we got the avocado thing going on. There we go. It's important, guys. It's important. So there we go. Avocado. Okay, here we go. So this is the Mandela effect. We're gonna break it apart so everyone can understand it better. It's the best way to do it. Avocado now is spelled with a what? Okay, avocado used to be spelled with an O, I think it was. think it was an O. It was avocado, and my memory was an O. Okay, avocado. Oh no, avocado. A. No, it was an A. See, even I have to think about it because it fucking switched on me. That's just how the Mandela effect works. This is
Avocado
why it's
is spelled AVOCADO. I just looked it up.
AVA. It was A. Okay, I'm going in my head, guys. I'm not cheating. I'm not lying to anybody. I'm not trying to jump off a wagon or on a wagon. I'm going into my head. There's two spellings. Now, I remember writing it down when I was a kid. And I remember the A's.
This is the actual way you write
avocado was the way it is. A. Again, I could be wrong, and most likely I am. Okay, so take that too. Avocado, AVA. It was AVACADO. I remember all the A's were in it. Avocado, and then now it's correct. You guys are all correct. It's spelled AVOCADO. That's how it is spelled now. That's how it's spelled now.
According to Google, that's how it's spelled.
Yeah, and I remember the A, and it doesn't mean that I'm right. It just means this is how I spelled it. Maybe I misspelled it the whole time and I got it wrong. Now, but here's the important part. Here's where I'm looking at this effect, what's going on. In my mind, and only my mind, you are in your own universe, in your own comic book. So you see your own things. There is no collective. There is no collective. No one person can have the same shit. You might have it differently. It don't matter. Either you got it wrong or right. Now, avocado is correct. Avocado is incorrect. But I remember the A's. So the difference between the two in my mind is, I'm trying to break it apart, is that when you have, oh shit, I have an avocado. That's weird that this question come up. So avocado, this avocado with an A is effeminate. So avocado means like grandma. It's effeminate. Avocado with an A is effeminate. And people that say that they remember the A, they're remembering effeminate avocado. This is how I'm thinking about it. So debunk me on this. Now it's avocado. Now it's a masculine. It means grandpa. It's effeminate. Now it's a masculine. This is what I see some of the changes are in my anchor memory, which are incorrect in this timeline. Believe it. Okay, so I'm debunking myself first. I'm misremembering. Now, when I played chess, I played it in the Navy. I played it when the ship was out at sea for long periods of time. Me and the guy sat down and played chess. We're playing it wrong because we were checkmating the queen. Now it's checkmating the king. So we were playing it wrong since I was a child. Eric, I think you remember chess. I was playing it wrong in the military. All the guys I played with were all playing it wrong in my time. So there's that. That's solved. Okay, so we were all wrong. Obviously, you checkmate the king here. So avocado, female, has changed to male. Now you checkmate the king in chess. It has changed to male. When I look at when I played cards. I played a lot of cards. I played poker in the Navy. The two queens are higher than two king cards. In my memory, in my anchor memory, which is incorrect. Two queen cards outdo two king cards. Two queen cards were higher. And also, I have a memory of a queen size bed is bigger than the king size bed. The king size bed now is bigger than the queen size. The queen size was bigger than the king size. So anything feminine has become masculine here. Now let's go. Don't believe me on this shit. Remember, look at the Statue of Liberty. My anchor memory says that she was a woman and she looked like a woman, and you could clearly see that it was a feminine woman. It was a woman in a dress. Woman in a dress with a tiara, what I look like a fucking whatever, astar or whatever. A woman in a dress. You look at her now, it's a man in a dress. It's a man in drag in a dress. It's a man in drag. So again, go back to avocado. I'm seeing the feminines turn to masculines. Feminines turn to masculines. And when you're looking at words and breaking apart words, you're seeing a Latin version of a feminine word turn to a masculine word. That's what I'm seeing I'm looking at codes. And codes, that's how I'm seeing this effect. I'm not saying Mandela effect. I'm seeing codes. It's a code effect. You're reading the codes. So when you got some shithead going, look at the fuck, this has got a dash or no dash. This has got this, and the George or whatever monkey lost his tail. That's not the point. It's the codes you got to break. You got to look at the codes. First, you got to get rid of 99% of the fucking fraud shit, which is pretty much dominant in this community, or in whatever community you guys call yourself from. It's forefront. Everybody's lying for money. Everybody wants money. Your favorite fucking truther always wants money in the end, holding up a fucking book, always holding up a t-shirt or a fucking coffee cup. Come on. Always in the end, they want money. That's the way it always ends up. I want the truth. And so I debunk, number one, and then what's left over makes me scratch my head. And then I go, okay, from what's scratching my head, I'm saying, what is the code? Feminists turn into masculinists. Feminists turn into a masculine. And so I'm decoding things like that. Not to mention the great architect, creator, lampshade, God, whatever you want to call your God, your creator, whatever your architect is, talks to you as an individual. Not Mandela effects. Individual in your own universe, in your own comic book, giving you your own codes. So remember that. Yeah. Remember that. Remember, I joined a community. A community of what? You got your own universe.
Now, we are going to go back to the Bigfoot question, but just real quick on this one. Do you think it was a mini nuke that hit Beirut? As of right now, with the Beirut thing, I'm just going to sit back on this one and wait to see what comes out. Just because right now, I guarantee if you go to YouTube with the Beirut thing, I'm sure there's 100 theories right now, conspiracies on what's going on, where this might be just an accident. I'm not saying it is, but it might be just an accident. But for now, this is kind of a thing where it just happened yesterday, where kick back, research it for a week, look at things, don't jump to conclusions yet, because there's going to be 20,000 shows that are going to take what happened there and try to make their views go up and make their subscribers go up. Because I guarantee there's going to be words that it's a nuke. It was a terrorist. It was Americans who did it. The British did it. Everybody did it. So, guys, so on this one, I'm not going to answer this yet because I don't know yet. I have to do a lot more because it could be staged. It could be 100% staged. I don't know yet. I'm going to relax on this one yet because I don't believe to jump the gun and say, oh, my God, it was staged. Because what if it wasn't? What if some guy went into the warehouse, smoked a cigarette, and threw it down on a chemical and it blew up? I mean, it could.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it is, guys. But I'm not saying it is. But I'm going to wait on this one. But let's go back to the Bigfoot and Dogman video. Do I believe every video? Now, first of all, Bigfoot and Dogman. Remember, this Friday, we got somebody from the Bigfoot community coming on called Paranormal Research. Now, most videos that you see of Bigfoot, I'm going to say 95% of all videos are fake. They're frauds. They're nothing. But there are those 5% that I believe that are real. Okay? Now, how do you know they're real? Well, you don't. But when I invite shows like people on like Paranormal Research where they have stories, they claim of Bigfoot being real out there, I research the family, I research their backgrounds, and I kind of do the best that I can to talk to them live to see what evidence do they have and how they're bringing it, what's on it, and what is their background. Are they known to do this just for – hold on, somebody wrote, I love Bigfoot Dogman. I believe I believe there's creatures out there that we have never fully discovered. I really do believe that. But I don't believe that every one of those rare animals have been caught on camera. Maybe they have been. But nowadays, dude, you can Photoshop. Look at this. Look at this picture behind us, guys. That's me and Bob. Bob is Brad Pitt, and I'm Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, that's Photoshop. So it is easy to Photoshop, but you got to study the people you're watching and get a feel for the background, feel where they're coming from. Like Paranormal Research, when they come on Friday, that is my opportunity to get a feeling on, are these guys real? Are they doing real research? Maybe yes. Or I might come out of it saying, I don't know if I believe them. That's why we do these shows. I don't do these shows to try to get somebody who's on AMC or Travel Channel. I love Travel Channel, actually, or History Channel. I look for real people, real blue-collar people that are not trying to make money to this. Like here, Scott Marin says, I listen to Bigfoot Dogman shows on Gypsy Road. Yes, we had the Sasquatch. Oh my God, Bob, I feel so bad. What was their name? We had the Sasquatch, the first.
Don't ask me names.
We had the first all-female Sasquatchers.
I nickname everybody. I like the blonde.
We had a sweet, we had like honest people like Sasquatchers on, where they don't have a show on the Travel Channel. They don't have a show on the History Channel. They're not making money off their channel. So I'm more likely to believe them than I do somebody on a History Channel. So I do believe there is Bigfoot out there. Now, Dogman's a little different because all I know, Dogman is just another side of a Bigfoot. Somebody saw Bigfoot, saw the mouth, and saying that looked like Dogman. I think they're the same. That's just me. So I do believe in it, but I don't believe everything that I see. 95% of all videos. Oh shit. Here we go. Bob, be honest. Bob looks a little like Bigfoot. You're probably right. Right there, dude. Yeah. Bigfoot is found on this channel. So, Bob, what do you think about right here? Thank you, Robert Alley. She squad. They're a fantastic group. I believe them. And dude, they don't even have an actual camera footage of Bigfoot. They have footages of hearing things, seeing things, feeling. I believe that more than somebody that might have a photo.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? What's your opinion on Bigfoot?
Well, I went to school for anthropology. So we talked about Bigfoot. We talked a lot about it. I'm just going to talk about it. I'm going to say what it is and what they say.
Real quick, Bob, I'm going to give you. You're right. I'm not saying Dogman is not real. Oh no, Dogman is so different from Bigfoot. I've seen one. You might be 100% right. Yeah. Sorry, Bob. Continue.
No, I'm telling you guys as a scientist. Again, it's science. So you tell me what you learn in school is 100% correct, and we'll have that conversation. But it's never 100%. So. There we go. That's deleted. So anyway, so we've determined it was Gigantopithecus, which again, don't quote me on this. Gigantopithecus, which was a large ape that was they found the remains for a large ape in Asia, and I believe it crossed a land bridge. Okay. That's the textbook version of what they considered Gigantopithecus based off samples and blah, 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 blah. Size, whatever. Now, that might not be true. Obviously, a lot of people are going to say, bullshit. I myself don't believe it's a large ape. I don't think it's Gigantopithecus. I don't think we even have enough evidence to prove Gigantopithecus. You know what I mean? Let's back that up with nothing. So you have these creatures coming out. Now, I think that if they were to be real, I have to be realistic. I'm not talking about things coming in and out of dimension. I did mention that there are interdimensionals, like these UFOs could potentially, if we're going to go that fucking weird route, they're interdimensionals. The unidentified object comes through the veil of fucking whatever dimensions or time or whatever, or rip into something, or comes over from somewhere else. And when it manifests itself in whatever area it's in, it could bring whatever area it's in with it. So if you have a bunch of Sasquatches standing around the ship or whatever the ship it is, and it comes here, and then they materialize along with the ship that materialize at the same time. That was this one crazy theory that they're interdimensional. They're brought here accidentally by the UFO by accident. We don't know. But the other one theory was that they're cave dwellers, and they live underground. And because they live underground, you don't see them. And because it's freezing cold in caves, they grow long hair to keep warm. That makes sense. So there could be underground cave dwellers. Okay, these are just humanoids that are underground cave dwellers, and they come out through the cave to eat, sleep, and get sunlight and whatever they need, and they go back in the cave. They could probably have anything and everything they need inside the cave. They could have vegetation in the cave. They could have food in the cave. They could have water in the cave. Caves can supply a lot of fucking nutrition. You can live in a cave, and people have done it. So it's plausible.
What do you think of this comment right here? Never heard of this stuff, Dogman, and not so much Bigfoot till the Mandela effect started.
Yeah. I've never heard of Dogman ever. ever until around 2016. So it's brand new for me. It's a psyop for me because they're bringing up paintings, and I'm seeing they're bringing what's up, boys? They're bringing up paintings that I've never seen before. So number one, you gotta use your discernment and say debunk it first, and then walk your way until I see an actual painting. I can't don't touch paintings. I can look at and then confirm that it's an old painting from whatever century it is. I'm not going to say there is anything because I have not seen the evidence for it. But I have told the story about when I worked at Fort Lewis Historical Museum that they had comic books from World War I where the American doughboys were fighting in the trenches with the Brits against the fucking Krauts. Now, the magazine, if you opened the magazine, I used to laugh because it showed it had a obscure face and stupid face of a Kraut with a big ass buck teeth, and they're eating sausage. It looks stupid. It's a propaganda book. So it shows that no offense to the Germans, no offense. It's how the Americans portrayed it in the magazine, in the comic book. This was back in the World War I. These were World War I comic books. Now, all the Americans were portrayed with a wolf's head. Okay, you understand that? All the Americans had a wolf. I said to the curator, I said, why do all the Americans have a wolf head, but everybody else has a human head? He said, the story is that World War I vets did not have an opportunity to shave in the trenches. You had freezing cold water. You didn't shave in the trenches. You get bacteria. You will fucking have your face fall off from bacteria. So they stopped shaving. So when you see movies of World War I action guys in the fucking, they did not shave. They all had beards. Now, number one, they had a lot of beards. If they're taking a picture, then they might be a little bit shaven. For the most part, the Americans had a hard time shaving. They shaved when they could, when they brought boiling water to them to shave. So a lot of them went down into Paris, France. They took leave in Paris, France. So it was filled with these zoot suit looking wild wolf face guys, like the old zoot suit wolf. Eric, you know what I'm talking about? The old zoot suit wolf. Ooh.
Here's some information. It says here, Dogman was first spoken of in the 1980s by Linda Godfrey.
Okay.
Way back in 1887.
Okay, so you have that. So
real quick, if you guys want to see our friend, She Squashers, this is their YouTube page. She's been on this show 3 times, or no, maybe twice. So sub them and tell them that we sent you there. Continue, Bob.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so in these propaganda magazines, they showed Americans with dog heads. They drew them in. It was a cartoon. Now let's go back to Egypt. If you look at all of the Egyptians, you see all these people sitting in desks writing, and the way the Egyptian hieroglyph looks with their faces sideways, they all have an animal's head. Each one of them represents a different province, basically a different country, a different place. So this person represents this area where they've come from. If there's an elephant head, they probably come from an area where there were elephants. So the way the Egyptians drew it, they drew a guy with an elephant or a woman with an elephant head because that's where they came from, what province. So depending on what provinces, now in Egypt, they did not have these guys. Go back to fuck the dogman. Let's go to Egypt and look at all the animal morph heads of all these Egyptians. They didn't have animal heads. They came from a province. So you could have a place just like the Americans who would over in World War I, where they drew them as wolf heads. So that's how they saw them, as with wolves. So they have a province where they consider them probably wild, unshaven, probably full bearded, probably wild. They look like wild ass freaking wolves, like werewolves. If you go to an area where they can't grow hair on their face and you see a man come up here with a beard to look like me, I look like a wolf. Ooh, teeth. I got canines. I look like a wolf. So if I go to an area, they're gonna say they're gonna draw me with a wolf's head. And if you draw Eric or anybody else that's clean shaven, you might draw a baby. You might draw like anybody who shaves their faces. You might draw like little babies or like a turtle's face. Like Eric might have a turtle's head on a man's body, but a little turtle's head. As in, I have a wolf's head. You guys see that? I gotta rip on Eric. He's my brother. It's okay. So you understand how they could anthropomorph. They anthropomorph a propaganda picture to represent where they came from. Bearded men probably were drawn with wolves' heads, as in clean-shaven men who couldn't grow hair probably had a turtle's head. You guys know what I'm talking about. D Wood is yes, I am. Yeah.
This guy wrote, I was a history major and believed Greek mythology to be, in fact, history, and these things actually walk the plane.
Yeah, they could have been real. Myth is based off real things. Now, there's no half goat man.
I'm getting what you're saying, Bob.
There is no half goat man. But if there's a hairy ass dude with a freaking goatee he can only grow a mustache and a goater, a man, and he lets it grow all the way down to here. He's gonna look like a goat. He might draw him like a goat, like a dickhead. There you go. If a clean shaven, like a lot of these guys are clean shaven and they got round faces, they might draw penises on their bodies. I know a lot of fucking guys that shave their heads and have no hair on their face. They look like a penis to me. So if I were to be somebody that draws faces of people that are clean shaven men, I draw them very feminine, and then they have like a penis face.
Well, I got shut the fuck up. I did get an email. I got emailed a question because a person that want to ask this question with his name inside the chat. Now it's a simple question, but it is a question that can divide people just like that. It can just divide. So I'm going to try to answer this simple question that's probably the most complicated question where people are going to
Eric, it's system failure. Look. He's gonna give that cop cock soup. Look. He said, hold on. Oh, Eric, zoom in. So system failure just put this out. He's gonna give that cock soup.
Oh my God. Guys, you have to watch one of our other episodes that we had, with system failure, and we had a whole 45 minutes of cock soup, and we're all talking about giving cops the cock soup.
That beat him up. Remember, he's a good man. He like a lot of people. He's got to take some medications. He's got some conditions, and he's been in and out of some places. He's a good guy. Who isn't crazy in this place? So we joking about. We said, hey, dude, when you find that cop that beat you up, and he says, yeah, I'm gonna give him I'm just gonna walk up. I'm not gonna do anything to me. I'm just gonna walk up and hand him a package of cock soup. I go, that's passive. That's a passive thing to do. It's not violent. It's just like I would thought you might like this soup.
He's giving a gift. He's giving a gift of cock soup.
He's giving a gift. He's that's funny.
Well, here's the question. I'm going to try to do this question the best that I can, so people don't fucking bash me about the belief of this next question. I'm here. The email question is: the word God is always with Mandela effect. A lot of people believe that every change there is within the changes of God and Jesus Christ. Now, do you believe, Eric? Do you believe in God? Because you don't talk too much about the God, and you said you never read the Bible. Now, okay, that's a fair question. So people do not fucking bash me on my belief on this. I guarantee Bob's going to have a total different answer than I have.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm paying.
I'm going to be honest, guys. I am not religious. I don't go to church. The only time I ever been to church, yes, I did get baptized, but the only reason I got baptized because every other kid was doing it. I thought it was cool to get dipped in the water. I did go to church camp, but my church camp experience wasn't good because I had kids that wanted to beat me up. That's true. Okay. Now, I'm not religious, and I've never read the Bible in my life. Never read it. I'm saying it right here. I've never, ever read the Bible. Do I plan to read the Bible? Maybe one day. So, but when people say, did the God lay with the lamb or whatever, I don't know exactly what that saying is, what the change was. I can't answer that question for you because I never read the Bible. For me to say that the lion, what is it, Bob? Is it the lion lay with the lamb? What is it?
Well, it's lion that lay with the lamb, and now it's the wolf that dwells beside the lamb.
Wolf or lamb, guys? I never read the book. I don't know that answer. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to every single one of you and say that's a change because I never read the Bible. So whatever you guys tell me, I don't know. Now, to me, the only problem I've had is, listen, is there a creator? There could be. I'm not saying there's not. I'm not saying there's not a creator. There could be. But there is a problem with religion and Mandela effect. And Bob, this is my issue that I have with the Bible and the Mandela effect. There is too many people, too many shows that when they ask them about a change, they always say the Bible. They always say the creator, God. I'm not saying that's wrong, Bob. I'm not saying that's wrong, but I don't know. I feel like that could be a little bit of a cop-out that you don't really want to answer the question. So the best way to answer the question is, oh, God made that change. Really? Did God make every no offense to God, guys. Don't yell at me. But did God make every change? Every change in the movies? Every change in, change the word the to that? Did God change all that? I don't know. If he's real, maybe. But it's too easy of an answer too easy of an answer. When we did this show, Bob, Journey to the Unknown is studying the unknown. And to study the unknown, you went to college for this, is to study all sides. If you put all your baskets in the Bible, and I'm not saying the Bible's not real, but say you die, just for sake, and the Bible's not real, and you just blank out.
Yeah.
You missed out on so many other solutions that could have been for that Mandela effect or anything in life. So I'm saying is don't put all your eggs in one basket with one thing, even though the Bible is probably the most powerful piece of writing in the history. But what if, listen, Bob, you can manipulate anybody right now. You can write a book and manipulate anybody. Now, back in those days, back in the early DCs, I'm sure you can manipulate a whole fucking army to do what you said.
I know a lot of magic tricks.
If you went back there with your beard, you could have been the Messiah. I'm not saying Jesus is not real, but you could have been Jesus. So that's why I have to look at all sides. I can't say one is real versus the other. So the easy answer is there could be a creator, yes. But it's a cop-out answer if you're going to answer every single question that God did this. It is a cop-out. If you never say something else, I don't know if I could ever believe you.
Yeah.
That kind of a complicated question, Bob. What do you feel about it? I know I probably pissed off a lot of people.
Well, no, it's written by men. Number one, it's inspired by. Yeah, we don't know that. It was written by men. That's why. But God's word can't change. Well, it did change. If you believe it's changed, if it's not I believe it. Things of just translation, transovers, it's different and all that fun stuff. I start with the codes. I break codes. So I look at it as a code book first. It's a code book for me. So let's start with the basics. A cat is feminine and a wolf is masculine. So back to avocado. It switched from a feminine to a masculine in this place. For me, it was I checkmated the queen. In this place, you checkmate the king. Now the book has a lion in your anchor memory in your own universe. It doesn't mean it's correct. It just means in your universe you remembered a feminine cat. Cats are feminine. And now it's a wolf, which is masculine. So I look at the codes. I go through what they say is the only reason why I know about the book. I'm a pagan. Now, the only reason why I know about the Bible is because Eric knows our grandfather was a priest, and he became a minister, and he had his own parish. Remember Eric, grandpa? Mm-hmm. Had his own church.
Yes.
So Eric was a little kid.
Was a minister. He was a minister.
Okay, so we used to have to watch.
I still never read the Bible. You're right, Bob. He did take us down to his church. But I mean, since he lived in Clovis, we lived in Kermit. It's not like we went with him every Sunday. We saw him maybe 3 times a year. But he used to because he made his own seats for the church.
Yeah. So Eric was a little kid. and our grandpa didn't have any sons. He had daughters, all daughters. And one of them was our mom. Well, it was his stepdaughter, but anyway, was our mom. And so Eric was a kid, but my older brother he didn't want to go there. So my dad would drop me off a lot with grandpa to go do carpentry work. He was Eric, remember, he's a Victorian carpenter, yes, a professional carpenter. So he went to the church, he did his church stuff, and he was a carpenter. So I went with grandpa to go do carpentry. We used to go to Redwoods. Remember Eric, the Redwoods? We get redwood, bring it back for his carpentry stuff. So I would hear him, I'd ask questions about the Bible. So when I hear the people claiming changes, I know if it's true or not. I know if it's a translation error or not. I remember what it was. I don't like to talk about it because nobody's 100% right or wrong on this thing. It's got the same meaning half the time. Now God could talk through it, or the lampshade, or I believe in the All-Father. I believe in Odin, the All-Father. Odin comes to earth sometimes. When people talk about the Trinity, Odin himself was a man who come to the earth, who talked to people, who was both man and God in human flesh. The same pantheon story way before Christianity. It's the same story. And so Odin also was hung in a tree. And now the new mythos, according to this, Jesus is now hung in a tree. Okay, so sounds like Odin to me. Sounds like a lot of Odin in here. There's a whole lot of blending of paganism and Christianity because it's the same thing if you really boil it down now. It's the same. No, it's not. There's one monotheistic God. I get it. Okay, we'll just all agree on that. What comes after that is up to him after that. So whatever comes down to earth and talks to you as an individual is up to him. And whatever they write about that story, either be a mythos, either be a pagan story or a Christian story or a story out of the Torah. I don't fucking know. It's up to you and your religion.
It's all right.
Zoroastrianisms, there's right. India, there's Hinduism, right. Sikhs. All of them have these different stories. They all have different stories. So not one is right over the other. They got Muslims. You got Muhammad who come down and he was a prophet. Who's right? There's one, whatever sequence of creations of whatever is multiple books, man. Let's look at this one. We got another one. We got another Bible. It's another book here. The new religion. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, here we go.
This one guy said, "Didn't piss me off. I'm still here. The thing about me is I'm always open to other people's opinions, even if I don't agree." That's fair. Yeah, like I said,
these books, guys. These books are all different. These books. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep King James version. Look at all. They're all different. They all have different words. You tell me who's right and wrong when it comes to the Bible. Well, it's the King James. It's whatever version. Look, all these books. These are all and they're all different. They all have a different take on the story. Every one of them has a different take. One of them is for children. One of them is for older people. One's for the words have changed in each and every one of them. You tell me which one's right. You tell me which. So it's a headache.
But do you think that it's a cop-out when there's certain people out there in the communities and stuff that they try to answer every single paranormal, Bigfoot, Mandela effect, all answers from the Bible? Do you think that's a little cop-out where they can't think for themselves or come up with other ideas?
It is a cop-out because I know for a fact God don't have hands, man. Humans do. So if anything is being done, it's with human manipulation. Now, he's the fucking, I would say the whatever is the referee in the game. Okay. He's got a decision, referee in the game, but men have hands. Men change shit. Men have to do it. Teaches you how to ride a bicycle. Teaches you to be tough. God ain't going to come in and fucking pick you up and save you. He's going to tell you how to get up and do it yourself. It's cop-out to say that someone fucking died for you and now you don't have to worry about it no more.
I love this things right here. This is perfect. There are different
stories because there are different perspectives.
Yeah.
Yeah, we use our stories based on our own perspectives.
That's perfect.
That's religion. Everybody, the Latter-day Saints, the fucking all this other religion, the Jehovah Witnesses, the Mormons, the this, the that, the I'm sick. It's your own perspective, man. And in the end, you're gonna find out either you got a good karma or you don't. Number one rule, and I tell people this over and over, and they keep asking me, what's the secret? Do not lie in the apocalypse. That's the number one rule. Don't kill nobody. Don't rape nobody. Don't hurt nobody during the apocalypse. Don't lie during the apocalypse.
Bob, this is interesting. I like this. The people in the Bible didn't have a Bible.
No.
I never thought of that.
It was put together by Constantine.
Hey, all right.
It was put together by Constantine.
Give me somebody from the chat. I'm looking at the chat right now. Give me another question. Give us another question when you want to know. It doesn't have to be the Bible. Think of something else and give us a question right now in the Bible, and we're going to answer that question for you. Let's see it. Now, hopefully I didn't lose half the people and they left because they think I'm Satanist or something. Hopefully that didn't happen. But if you're still with us, well, thank you. If you're still with us, that means you have an open mind. So, come on, somebody, give us a goddamn question. I want to see it.
There you go, guys. We addressed that headache.
Ha ha ha! Many people are learning that karma is very real right now.
Oh, you think so? Yes, you do. Karma is it, man. We're judge not list. You be judged. Let's throw it out there. We're being watched.
Has a question. I want to know how you brothers hung out from 8 to 16 years old. Where were you close? Now, that's a good question. How we were between 8 to 16. Now, let me tell you guys this, and this is no lie. This is no false. Okay, we did not live in a pink house. We did not live. We weren't middle class. We were not rich class. We were garbage class. Okay, we were garbage class. We lived in a town called Kerman, next to Fresno, where we lived in it with this. It was a rundown apartment complex. It was basically it was a Mexican camp in a lot of ways. We were like the only white family. I'm not being prejudiced here, guys, but we were only white family in a Mexican community because our mom left when I was a baby. So she took all the money. She destroyed my father's car and she left to Texas, Oklahoma. And she went to our father's workplace and stole his last check. My father had no money, no nothing, a broken down car. He had a friend that he worked with at a company called Spreckles. And his friend was running in a rundown apartment complex. Said, hey, I could give you this apartment building. It's not a great place. And it wasn't, guys. We lived in an apartment complex that was next to an auction, all right? An auction. Guys, think about this. I grew up on Sundays where there was chicken fights. There were chicken fights. I didn't even know chicken fighting was wrong because I saw chicken fighting every single Sunday.
Outside the apartment.
So in a lot of ways, where we're all close, we had to be close because I mean, we were when you live in a rundown place, you never went anywhere. We never went to Disneyland. We never went. Only trips we ever gone is 2 places. Guys, this is true. Hunting. Our father was a hunter, so our vacation was in the mountains hunting for Bigfoot and bears and deer. Okay. Our other second vacation is when our father would drop us off at our grandparents' house 2-3 times a year. And you know what we did there? We walked to the movie theaters, paid one price, and snuck in we snuck in to see 3 to 5 movies all in one day. That's how we grew up. Okay, so the friends that we received, everybody was close because we all had nothing. We all had to pitch in, buy your own beer, buy your own this. We had nobody with money. There was no money. Yeah. So, a lot of times when I hear people, there are certain people, even in this community, that talks about, and sometimes I hate using this word, that I heard some people say that I don't worry about food because God provides me with food. Well, people are saying that they're worth about $3 million. So I don't like that saying, because you're worth $3 million. Stop that. God didn't provide you with food. You have $3 million fucking dollars. You provide your own food. We grew up where, dude, ramen noodles. Dude, you know what tomato soup, guys? You think I'm lying? You know how we made tomato soup? We had to use ketchup.
Well, we also had pigeons. Now we had pigeons. We had a lot of pigeons. And pigs.
And Bob, sometimes, guys, I shouldn't tell you this because I don't want Bob to get arrested for something he did at 16. Bob sometimes would have to go to a farmer's house and they would steal their chickens or steal a chicken here or maybe a pig at one time so everybody could eat food.
Yeah, he had a lot of them. But
we had to fight to survive. I don't want to hear these people with pink houses who act like they know what living is like because you don't know what fucking living is like.
Yeah,
dude, our father, Bob. This is not embarrassing. I'm not embarrassed to say this. Our father had to go to a grocery store on a Monday or Tuesday, write a check, go to the manager, and ask the manager, "Can you not cash this until Friday because the check's going to bounce?"
Yeah.
That's our life. That's how we grew up.
Yeah, hot checks, man. Hot checks. You write a hot check on a Monday, so don't cash it till a Friday.
Beat us, dude. Beat us.
Yeah, but he also knew that it's a delicacy, Eric. It's a delicacy now in fucking France, man. I'm laughing my ass, dude. I'm laughing my ass. Squab, Eric. Squab. You ever heard of squab?
Yep.
It's pigeon. They have to charge a lot of money for pigeon. And I used to go because these are pigeon to 8 feed, guys. These aren't city pigeons.
Yep, right there. Robert Alley knows it.
I'd come back with pigeons, man, with a BB gun. I'd have a BB gun and I would go get pigeons and I'd have a whole bag full of pigeons and I'd clean them and gut them and I'd have their breast meat and I'd cook them all up in butter and salt and pepper and all kinds of beautiful spices and potatoes. You cut up potatoes. Oh my God. We have fucking meals, man. We get a chicken sometimes. Our family would go in halvers on a cow or a pig at another farmer's house legally. Yes, legally. You can't be. I could have been shot. I've been shot at. I've been shot at with rock salt. They used to shoot at you with rock salt. So I'd have to get. I mean, we'd be hungry, man. I'd have to go get a pig. It would last a while.
Dude, I had a toothache. I had a major toothache, guys. We had no money to go to the dentist. So my father went to our neighbors. He said, I got the perfect medicine. Put marijuana in my gums. I was only like 5 or 6 years old because we had no money to go to a dentist to numb the teeth.
Yeah.
So are we close as a family? We had no choice.
We didn't eat. Yeah, everyone had a job. Eric was the littlest one, and he was deaf. So it was the women loved Eric. He was the baby. They loved Eric. So I have to take Eric out for the women to love, and then I could sneak around and get food, and then I'd come back because they're all taking care of Eric. So there was kind of a nice system. Our older brother, he was just weird. He always had his own problems. He was manic depressive the whole time. Grew up to be a transsexual, homosexual, bisexual, whatever sexual, and then died, horribly. But so it's usually me and Eric, and then the older brother was just kind of sat around doing weird shit. We don't know. We don't know. But he ate. He ate because we had pigeon and potatoes. Then Eric would woo the ladies, the mothers, and get us extra stuff.
So I don't know if that answered your question, Tony. So I hope that answered. So all right, give us another question, somebody. Put another one in here. Not many can remember the burn of rock salt. Good times.
Not many can remember burn of rock salt. Oh yes, you've been shot. You're correct on that. What he's saying is when you get shot with rock salt, it burns. Cheap Trick, dudes. Love Cheap Trick. Mama's all right. Your daddy's all right. Yeah, I love Cheap Trick. Every song from Cheap Trick. Yes, he remembers we were talking about him last time. Vanish was talking about the greatest. I consider the greatest. Oh, so you remember? Vanish remembers it was Cheap Trick that opened up for Queen. Maybe that's what he means. Maybe he was Cheap Trick that opened up for Queen.
Yeah,
he was still researching that.
Yeah, and then we researched it. I didn't see Cheap Trick that year. He said it was a big band. I was thinking he was talking about NXS because NXS was the biggest band that opened up for Queen that year.
But they're expensive. It could be Cheap Trick because they're cheap.
It was 1986. Remember, it was 1986, yeah. And
they were out.
NXS was not big until 1987 when the album Kick came out.
Okay,
the album Kick is what took them to the whole new. So
I was a big Dogs in Space. I was a big Dogs in Space fan. He was in a movie. If you guys ever want to watch a good movie from Australia, it's watch Dogs in Space. You'll enjoy it.
This is kind of here. There is a question in here.
Yes.
Kind of okay. How do you feel about masks? Hold on a second. How do you feel about masks? Mask in the world. We all know masks. It's sad. It's sad to see masks. It's sad to see people wearing masks, especially when you have hearing issues like I do, where I used to try to read people's lips and trying to understand on what they're saying. Now people wearing these masks. So what it does is it cuts their audio down. So now when I'm hearing people talk to me like at a store and they're wearing a mask, sometimes I can't hear exactly what they say because the mask knocks down the volume. With these hearing issues, I can't hear them and I can't even read lips. So for me, the mask for me is a pain in the ass. I don't like it, but I don't like it for my own greed. Now, saying that, I will never ever wearing a mask. I will never call anybody names if you don't wear one or not. I choose not to wear one. I got a medical card that I actually got a real VA medical card explaining that I don't have to wear one. Now, and Bob has a card himself, so he doesn't have to wear one. Now, we don't wear one now. We don't wear a mask at all anywhere. But, Bob, saying that, I'm never going to call somebody names, call them a wimp, pussies, or anything like that, because you don't have the right to call somebody names. Now, we want you to not wear one. I don't want you to wear one, but I'm never going to call you a name because that's not right. You don't have that right. I'm going to tell you this story real quick. Let me tell everybody this story, just real quick. Now, a lot of people did. There was a question in email. I didn't know if I wanted to answer it or not, but there was a question in email. I'm going to answer this question. They're asking me, how exactly did my hands get damaged in the military? So I'm going to answer that question, and I'm going to tell you how I feel about masks, about calling people names because of this. In 1997 is when I got injured. Okay, in 1997, we were on a ship. People don't know this, that in the Coast Guard, you are not out of any war that there is. If there's a major war, a Coast Guard becomes Navy. They become Department of Transportation to Department of Defense if they need to. Now, in Afghanistan and Iraq, there were Coast Guard ships outside of the ocean where you had Navy, like Bob's ship Navy. They were the guardians of the missiles. They're the guardians to shoot down anything huge. The Coast Guard were there for the minor small ships, for like people sneaking off, illegally fishing, stealing stuff, stealing supplies, while the Navy does their job to fuck people up when they try to destroy things, okay? Now, there was a guy on the ship that we were on, and he kept being yelled at by a sergeant. Bob, you know, you had those sergeants that always got to fucking yell at you, call you pussy, call you wimps, call you names, and call you everything there is. This guy made this guy freak out. So we're on a job, right? You Bob, you know this. In the military, you learn to do a job. If you do it correctly, you're all gonna be safe. Well, we had a guy who did not do his job correctly because he was so screwed up over his sergeant calling him names, calling him pussy.
He means petty officer.
So
It means
during an incident with a boat, I can't tell you too much about because it is technically kind of classified. So I could get in trouble saying this, but oh well. That there's a certain gunfire that happened, and there was an explosion that happened on my ship that could have been avoided because we had one soldier that could not do his job straight because he was afraid he was going to screw up for his master. Because he put too much pressure on him, he fucked up. My hands got messed up, and guess what, guys? You know what the military did? Eric, you can't do your job no more. You can't do your job correctly because you got a nerve damage. So I got thrown out. I got thrown out of the middle, not thrown out. I got a medical discharge. So I didn't get a dishonored discharge. I got a medical discharge because of the explosion. All because a guy couldn't do his job because he was too afraid of his sergeant. So when I hear people being a bully to other people, calling you names, you shouldn't wear a mask. But if you choose to, I'm not going to call you a wimp or a pussy or an asshole or jerk off for not wearing it. You got to make your own decision. I will never, ever let somebody tell me what I can do, what I can't do. I know what I can do, but I will never, ever, ever let somebody tell me what I could do out there. Okay. I didn't grow up in a fucking pink house like most of these people had everything set for them. So they already think they're rulers. They all think they're almighty. You don't have that right to tell me what I should do. You have the right to give me an opinion, Bob. You have every right to give me an opinion. Yeah. You don't have the right to tell me I have to do something.
Stop masturbating.
Stop masturbating. You don't have the right to say, Eric, you should not masturbate. You can say, Eric, you know what? You really shouldn't masturbate. Holy shit. Bob talked about masturbation and he's off the air. Oh, that is so funny. Oh, should I send Bob another invite or am I off the air? Hey guys, who do you see? You guys see me? Or do you oh, there's Bob. Bob, you said masturbation. Did you go behind the scenes and masturbate it?
I got kicked out.
Yeah. Tell me why I shouldn't masturbate. What's the cause if I do? But you don't have the right to tell me that I should not masturbate.
I'm gonna go ahead.
I didn't hear all that. What do you think of all that?
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna send you something. It popped up. It kicked me off the screen. So I'm gonna send this to you. Just let you know what kicked me off. Hold on. God damn it! It won't let me do it. It won't let me do it. Oh, okay. Shit. Okay. So a symbol thing kicked me off. What? Whoa! It won't let me do it. Okay. Oh, okay. So anyway, I can't. Maybe I can show it to you from my screen. Hold on.
Or you can.
See what popped up on my screen.
Website or is it a picture?
It's choose Chrome tab. I'm gonna kick that. It's a picture. Oh, here we go. Let's see what. Okay, share. You see it? That kicked me off. That's what popped up on my screen that got kicked out. I swear to God, I'm not fucking lying. I'm not lying during the apocalypse. So it popped up on my screen and I went blank. It kicked me out. This popped up in my screen where I'm talking to you and it popped up and then it kicked me out. Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Something.
I didn't look at this. I have no idea. I even didn't look at this, but this popped on my screen. Kicked me out. So
the baby just woke up, dude. I know. We know how you feel. Babies wake up. Your job is done for the day.
Go.
Your job is that baby.
Go. So yeah, there you go.
Clues, Dr. Wu, Bob, as to what kicked you out.
Symbols. So let's take a look at the symbols. I don't know how to make it bigger, Eric. I don't know how to do it. But okay. So what we got going on here? We got symbols. So these are like emojis and new. Oh, I've never seen some of these emojis. You got characters at the bottom. You got. So we've got the astrology going on here.
Time
A lot of astrology.
Symbology.
I know, right?
I was talking about masturbation, and now we're talking about symbology.
This came on my screen. I didn't plan this, man. I don't know if you care. I don't care if you believe me, but this popped up, and let's the grand AI architect, whatever, wanted us to have this. So there you go. You guys take it or leave it. Look at it. Come back to this video. Stop this frame. Go through these. I can see that there's a lot of changes in my memory, anchor memory of the astrology symbols. I know that NASA's been pushing for a 13th, there's 13 now instead of 12. I was a Libra. It looks like a zodiac. Yeah, sure the hell does, don't it? I don't remember who, but someone had the same symbols list pop up. Okay, there we go. The Dream Police. Yay!
Hey, remember everybody, this Friday we got the Bigfoot community coming on, Manimal Research, and we got Paranormal guy from the Back Row Hauntings coming on Friday. So Friday is going to be a slam-packed show with a lot of guests. So we're gonna be talking Bigfoot. So if you guys got more Bigfoot questions, and if you guys got more paranormal questions, Friday is going to be the perfect day for that. I refuse to wear a mask. That's where we're at. Now, like I said, you don't wear a mask anywhere.
No, I don't. I'll never wear one.
Bob, do you feel like you don't wear a mask anywhere? But do you feel like
I don't say? But I'm not fighting nobody. I don't give a. It don't bother me, man. I don't want people breathing on me anyway. Now, if they ask me. If they see me without one, they see me smile and laugh and talk, and a lot of people will automatically take it down. I tell them I'm deaf also. I can't read lips. I read lips. Can you please take it off? They always take it off. I've got no problems. I go to the cashiers. They're wearing the mask. I'm nice as hell to them. I ask them how their day is. Sometimes I say, can you please take off your mask so I can read I can only read lips. They take it right off. But again, I'm American in England, so they love to talk to me anyway. I'm just saying it to be honest. I got a beard. I'm a man. I've got lots of hair on my freaking groin, so I grow a man's beard, and people don't want to see a guy with a beard with a mask. It looks stupid. So it looks bad anyway. So I don't have to wear it because I have a beard. They just don't put it together. They don't look right together. So automatically it's in their head. Plus I have a medical card, and half the time they don't look at it. They just do a please decipher. Thank you. Half the time they don't even ask to see the card. I go. I'm medically retarded. I'm American. They go, oh, absolutely, come on in. I tell people as a joke. I'm medically retarded. I'm American. They say, oh, come on in. So, what's this?
I got a court date coming up real soon, and we will see how they respond when I don't wear a mask. If they deny me interest, I will consider the case closed.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you tell them that you're medical first. Make sure you have a medical card. Don't do that. Don't get yourself put in a jail cell. It's not worth it. It's not for 5 minutes. Get a medical card because they have to abide by the law. The law says if you're a disabled adult, they have to oblige you. That's all you need. Just get a card, people. It's not hard. Everybody in England has a card. Everybody walks in. Scott Harrison put a phone out and he taped the card to the cell phone. Everybody has it in their hand anyway. You just flip it around. Everyone's doing it, and it takes 2 seconds, and nobody cares. Yeah, they're so happy to say, "Go ahead."
Scott Martin wrote, "I only wear it walking, and then put it under my chin."
People put it under their chins. The majority of people I see put it under their chins. It's not a battle you want to fight because you're not going to win. You're just not. Because, again, I've mentioned this before. Number one problem is, and a lot of truthers are they themselves are on drugs. They're on some sort of painkiller or narcotic. People that wear the masks at work, they don't want to lose their medical. They don't want to lose their medical because they're addicted to a drug or they have to have a medication, and they're not fucking with their medications, people, or their children's on a medication. Their son's on ADD. They're on some kind of wacky-ass medication, and they're not going to jeopardize their medication because some fat guy walks in with an attitude. Don't wear the mask. they're gonna wear the mask because they're gonna lose their medical. So I've noticed that the people that are unemployed or ex-felons or whatever that are not fucking working are telling the other people to stop wearing a mask. They themselves don't have jobs. They've got a state fucking medical program. They don't need to worry about medical, and they're telling other people to stop wearing their mask when they lose their medical. They'll be fired. But I suggest to you, here's my suggestion for the mask. This is an easy peasy thing if you're an employee. Now, if you're working, not for you fuckers that don't work. Fuck you. You don't have a job. You're useless. If you're unemployed, that's a different story because you don't have a job. You're looking for a job. Now, if you just quit your job or you're a fucking homebody that don't do shit, fuck you. But if you work for a living and you have a union, you take your medical papers to the union person, to the union, the head of the union, and say, I got a medical condition. I can't wear a mask. You need to accommodate me. Unions have to accommodate you. You're a union member. You get a group of you together that are all part of the same union and approach that union leader at the same time, then all of you can not wear a mask. You get enough people, the entire plant that goes to the union leader and says, we're going to go on strike if we continue to wear the mask. We all have medical papers saying we don't have to wear it. Then the union says, okay, they can bargain for you like a lawyer. They don't mind. Oh, by the way, owners of the company, your employees are union and they're not wearing the mask because the union says that they all have medical conditions and they don't have to wear it. Go to your union. If you don't have a union, then start a union. Start a union. Go on strike. Go on strike to stop wearing the masks. That easy. That easy. Oh, Eric, you're retro causality.
I don't know.
We're having some weird problems.
No, I mean,
depend on your union. Use your union. Go to a union. If you don't have a union, start a union. Form a union. Get together with your fellow employees that are in the same kind of business and form a union. You can't fight as an individual. You have to have a union. Okay, our dad was union. Remember, Eric? Remember, dad was in a union.
Now, Siege, you are right. If you comply anyway, you're feeding the system on what not wear. I know what you're saying there, and we're not saying you should not go against your belief.
There's no system to feed. It's a trap. There's no system.
If you got to feed your family, like a poor guys that are working at a place, and your main goal as a man is to make sure your family's taken care of, your wife and your kids. That's your main priority. So I'm not saying you should go out and want to wear one. I don't have to wear one because I got a medical card. But my main goal is to make sure my kids got a roof over their heads and they got food on the table. That's what being a man is about. Okay? If I go out and get myself, God, everything's just freezing.
Yeah.
Here we are. So just be smart about it, guys. Just be smart about it. Don't get yourself in jail because if you can't feed your family, you're doing your family no good. And guess what? They win. They win. They just knocked you out. They just kicked you out of your own house. They made you lose your own battle. Okay?
Yeah.
Know your battle and how to fight it. Okay?
Yeah. Psychologically 101, guys. I was in special operations. I'm going to tell you exactly how this shit works. There's that bitch is in charge of the whole thing. Everyone's watching her in the White House doing the fucking briefings with that old fucking haggis lady. She's suggesting that you start wearing your masks in your house. Now, I know how you feel. She says, wear your masks in your house. Now, stop for a second. Feel your emotion. How does that make you feel? It makes you mad. If it makes you mad, that's why she said it, to make you mad. Understand the emotion that it gave you and then think about it and say, you're not going to wear it in your house. Of course not. But it's the fact that she says, wear it in your house only to make you mad. So you're feeding into them. It's like the blackbird. If you see the blackbird, it's a secret, top secret airplane. But if you see it and know about it, you're supposed to know about it. So if she's telling you to wear a mask in your house and you're getting upset about it, you're supposed to be upset about it. You're feeding into them. They're giving you, it's like, do the opposite. Don't wear the mask in the house, but don't be upset. Just laugh it off like I do.
There's many ways. There's many ways to fight, too. Not just one way. There are so many different ways to fight. You know how you fight, guys? Guys, listen, everybody. You know how you fight? What's coming up in November in the United States of America? What's coming up?
The election.
Get the vote. You get the vote. You know how you win? Vote these motherfuckers out of office. Vote the Republicans, vote the Democrats out of the office, and get them some real people. That's where you fight. Get rid of the people who are running this country. The problem is everybody keeps voting for these same freaking people, and guess what? There's always going to be another new conspiracy. There's going to be another virus going to come down. Why? Because we keep voting in the same fucking people.
Another conspiracy. Oh, Beirut blew up. I was like waiting for it to happen. What do you think is going to happen next? Beirut blew up. Another conspiracy. Another 9/11. Boom, and all of a sudden another thing's going to happen. You know what's funny about things? How many people out there in the sidebar know that Saudi Arabia is underwater? It's flooding right now. How many people know about Saudi Arabia flooding? How many people know about the dams crashing in China? I made a video in 2016 about how the dams are. I talked to somebody, probably Odin probably came down as an old man and I made a video about it, about the poorly made dams. This old man gave me the whole thing. I made a video about it, and guess what's happening right now? The dams are crashing in China. Wuhan is underwater. Saudi Arabia is under. How many people are talking about it in the sidebar about all the things happening around the world? California is on fire. Southern California. Anybody talk about it? No. There's an explosion in Beirut. And Donald Trump's running for election, and the other fucking guy, the guy from Phantasm, is running against them. The pedophile fucking guy that like touches everybody's wife. So who cares? Nobody has any information on anything.
Oh, I should have showed you this. We have a voting panel, right? Yeah. And it is who you want to run for a party for November, all right? And it tells you what party they belong to, like prefer Democrat Party, right? I shit you not. There's one that says prefer Republican Party, right? Which is like prefer Democrat Party. And then there's a few people that said prefer Trump Republican Party. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? A Republican Party and a Trump Republican Party? When the fuck did the Republican Party split in half? Now, I'm gonna say this is true. Scenes man, you are correct. Voting never worked. The reason voting never worked because people will only vote for the two parties, the Democrats and the Republicans. That's so sad. You're right. People keep voting, and which God is so correct. People vote for those who give them free shit.
That's so Obama phone. I got myself an Obama phone. Anybody get an Obama phone? Vote for Obama. Get an Obama phone. Listen, get a free fucking handout.
Republicans want less taxes so they could pay less and they can make more money.
Yeah.
Democrats want more taxes so they can pay for themselves and give away free shit so they stay in office. That is what party systems are. They're both fucking crooks, but people do not have the balls, or this is what I keep hearing about. I keep hearing this. Well, we have to vote for Joe Biden because he's the only one that has the chance to win Trump. Dude, if it wasn't Trump, somebody would say, we have to vote for this guy, If it not for this somebody else. If you keep thinking with that format, with that way of thinking, that I have to vote for this because I got to pick the less of two evils. Well, don't vote for either of them.
Vote for Eric.
For an independent.
Vote for Eric. Just if you're gonna throw away your vote and not vote anyway, put Eric Eugene Wood down for a joke. Laugh about it when you do it.
James Torch, you're right. They all tell lies. You're right.
They're billionaires, man, and they're all liars, and they're all being in this place where a truther is now waking up, or people waking up. There's a reason why you're awake. Call it whatever, karma, your God, your creator, whatever, your architect, your lampshade, but you're awake now, and you know it's bullshit. So just vote for somebody else. Vote for Eric Wood.
You know it's just so sad too, Bob. Like if you go out there and you don't wear a mask, they automatically say, "Oh, that's a Trump supporter." What?
Trump supporter. I know. It's
like what?
I wore a
mask, you're a Trump supporter.
I wore it. I did a satire Saturday, and I wore a Trump's hat. And I'm like, I told you he's a secret Trump supporter. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm satiring. I'm taking a piss out of it. You know, who cares, man? Who gives a shit?
With all the protests that was going on, like in every single city, all those people wearing masks, I guarantee that 95% of those people in those protests were not Republicans.
No.
No. So when I hear people say, if you're not wearing a mask, you're a Republican, you're a Trump supporter, that is the most stupidest, dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay? I mean, it's just... Listen, we all got to make your own decisions, okay? If you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear one. Only thing I'm saying is, I'm going to stop this mask talk after this, but all I'm saying is, just don't ever call somebody else a name. Don't call somebody else a pussy or wimp, because you don't know what their situation is in life, okay? Don't not fall into that trap. Just say, hey, you wearing one? All right, move on. Move on to somebody else.
There are Down syndrome people working in the mall. I was at the mall just the other day, and there was a woman. She's got Down syndrome, man, and she wearing the mask religiously. She don't know. I try to talk to her about it. She don't know. She's not gonna. No, man. She don't know. I wasn't gonna put her down, man. I just come on.
Yeah,
you know, she has Down syndrome. She believes everything, and you know, some people are like that.
Come on, somebody. Come on. Give us another question. Give us a good question. No more masks. I'm tired of masks. I hate masks.
For God's sake, where?
Give us another question, because the mask talk is destroying this community. It really is. People are splitting up. We don't want to split up. Let's stop that. So come on, somebody in the chat. Give us another good question. We want combined communities. Get everybody to join together. That's not split. That's all be normal and have fun. So come on, somebody. Give me a question.
Yes.
I'm waiting for a question. Come on. I see people riding bikes alone. Muzzle.
Yeah, see it too.
You know what? If he's talking about he's seeing people riding bikes with the mask on, I'm telling you, that is freaky.
Yeah, it's freaky.
If you're riding a bike, you're not next to people. You're not standing next to them.
Yeah.
And, dude, how can you wear a mask working out, riding a bike? I'm serious. If you're in 100-degree weather, how the hell? You're a tough son of a bitch. If you're wearing a mask in hot weather, you're tough.
Yeah.
You are. Because I don't know how
you stopping that person. If you were wearing a mask while riding a bike or working out, I'm not stopping you because there's something wrong with that person.
What is this? Vax to stick or not to stick?
Vax to stick. What is a vaccine? Is that vaccine? I'm not taking no vax. I'm not taking no vaccine. Okay. No.
Okay. Well, hold on. Okay, Bob, hold on. Yeah. Now, shots. This is kind of how I feel about shots and about the mask, okay? You have the right to say why you don't want to take a shot. That is awesome. But you don't have the right to call somebody a name if they want to take a shot or not, because at the end of the day, it's your own family. You got to make the decision on if you want to give your kids shots or not. But you can tell people why you don't think they should take a shot. Now, what I've learned is most of these shots that people are getting don't do nothing. They don't do nothing. They don't do anything extra for you at all. So my recommendation is you don't need it. But I will never tell you have to take it because, dude, it's your own kids. Only you can make that decision what's best for your kids. Do you guys like the Marvel movies? And do you know if another Guardian of the Galaxy is being made? Guys, I know that answer.
What is the answer? I want to know.
Okay.
Yes.
I love comic book movies. I love DC movies. I love Guardians. I love Marvel movies. Okay. Now, if you ask me which ones I like better, I prefer DC movies over Marvel. But that's another show. Yes, there is a Guardians of the Galaxy 3 going to be made. James Gunn, who is the original director and wrote the first two, if you don't know the story, James Gunn got fired by Disney because he made some comments 10 years ago. He made fun of some homosexuals, which it was all for fun, and he apologized for it. But somehow the rumor is that a Republican guy from office told Disney, how can you hire this guy in the first place? So Disney fired James Gunn. Then, Bob, James Gunn got hired for DC, for Marvel, not DC movies, okay? James Gunn just finished filming. They asked James Gunn, you can have any movie you want. And guess what? He is doing a sequel to Suicide Squad. Oh. His choice. He could pick any movie he wanted. He wanted to do Suicide Squad. So James Gunn just finished making Suicide Squad, and he's going to come out next year. Disney rehired James Gunn back. They rehired him back because he wrote the third movie, and he is making a third one. But it's not planned to come out until like 2023. So you're going to see one in about 2 years. You're not going to see it next year.
Oh, he froze. He was giving you guys the scoop about that. Well, at least we know there's another one made. Your answers, you got your answer. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I love movies, Eric. I'm starting to be worried about you fellas. Yeah, don't be worried about me, man. This ain't real. Nothing's real to me. This is all fake, man. This is all fake to me. So I could fucking walk through shit. I don't give a rat's ass about nothing. So I don't care.
This guy wrote, you love movies, Eric. I'm starting to worry about you, fella. No. Guys, listen. I have common sense to know what's real and what's not real. I use movies or even TV to escape reality. Sometimes reality self sucks. Life sucks. I use movies to escape. That's why I go to the movies. Bob and I went to a lot of movies as kids because that was our Disneyland. Yeah. So I don't believe everything that fucking Hollywood puts out. If you do, you're a fucking idiot. Listen, Marvel is meant for fun. You don't go watch a Marvel movie to encourage you to go destroy your own government, okay? Movies are movies. They're meant for fun. That's why Bob and I do a horror talk show on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's all right to escape reality. Now the news that's on TV, that's all bullshit. I don't watch the news. Is the hardest thing to watch because, dude, Bob, you can put on CNN News. You can put on Fox News, right? And they can have the same topic. But they have both different stories of the same topic. And now you got to decide, well, which one do I like better? What's more real? The news is where the problem is, not the movies, not the TV show. It's the movies. Now, yes, Criminal Minds made a stupid episode about Mandela effect people being serial killers. Yeah, I have enough common sense to know that's bullshit. I have enough brain to know that's bullshit. But it doesn't mean that everything you get is all bad. It's not. It's not all bad. Okay? Now, Tom Hanks is a fucking shell. Tom Hanks is a fucking fake. But it doesn't mean everything out there is all bad and fake. It's just the news makes everything so fucking bad that you kind of think everything else that's coming out is bad. Does that make sense, Bob? Or am I lying? Or is everything we see is all dumb?
Some movies they got superheroes in them. And there's nothing wrong with a damn superhero. Back in the day when Constantine was fighting a battle, the religious people, he needed a superhero to come save some shit. So he looked up and saw fucking crosses in the sky and he says, "What are you guys? We're proto-Christians," or whatever Christians are. They all had, they didn't have a book. Yeah, there was no Bible. They had freaking comic books. Yes. They had Jesus comic books.
Bob, you know what the original comic books were? Cowboy movies. The good versus evil. People don't think of that. People forget about that. Western movies were the original comic book movies. Good versus evil. Good wins. It's the same thing. Yeah, Cowboys has just dissolved into superheroes. That's all it is.
It's just comic books, man. The stories of Thor, stories of Odin, stories of all the pantheons of gods were all comic books. Zeus, Neptune, whatever the names you have, Athena, they're all comic books. Medusa, your mythology is based off comics, or based off medieval comics, or Enlightenment Day comics, or comics. Well, everything's a comic.
Well, she's right here. She wrote, the news has to compete with horror movies, video games, smartphones. Now, they need to compete with such an increase in available entertainment. That's true. And guys, remember, whatever you think of news TVs, technically YouTube, we're on a tube, we're on a screen, we're kind of doing the same thing. It doesn't make us better or worse. Uh-oh. What happened? Yeah, that is true, Vinny. Western movies were replaced by space movies too. Yes. You could technically, Vinny, you could technically say that Star Wars, A New Hope, which was called Star Wars in the beginning, a space movie. You know, hey Bob, I was just Vinny said Western movies were replaced by space movies. And I was telling them, technically, Star Wars, the original Star Wars that was not called A New Hope, was not in Episode 6, was a cowboy movie in space.
Yeah.
Riding the horse, saving the girl, blowing up the Death Star. It's all a cowboy movie. It's just in space or comic books.
Well, Dad's favorite movie, Dad's favorite show was the Firefly. Yeah, it was about that spaceship. He's in space.
Firefly, yeah, that was one of my favorites.
One of my favorite movies. Again, there's no space. Yeah, I get it. There's no fucking space, but still a badass movie. It's either that or a submarine movie. So I always imagine a spaceship in water. Okay, change your mentality. Just think of it in water instead of liquid plasma. Think of it as floating in liquid plasma and not empty vacuum of space. So whatever.
I got to correct this. Hollywood is an extension of the CIA misinformation campaign and has been.
He's why he's getting kicked off. Yeah, you're correct. It is a CIA thing. Yeah. You got some CIA stuff, and then you got some independent guys that are not CIA.
Here you are. I'm back. Now, not all movies, guys, are not an extension of CIA. You're not going to tell me that Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a misinformation campaign from a CIA. There is a lot of shit that CIA does do on purpose to misform you, but not everything. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street are not CIA misformation.
The horror movies are not. Yeah, it's a mixed bag. Of course, there are propaganda films. There's been propaganda films, propaganda magazines since the fucking beginning of time, right down to cave art. I mean, you go to a cave back in the day, and they would paint these large animals, large ferocious animals, and them killing the animals. So when you go into their cave, you're thinking, if you're another party going into their cave, you're thinking, oh my God, these guys can kill a fucking large ass animal. Look at the walls. These are vicious fucking cavemen in this cave. We need to get out of here.
Read that. Liquid plasma entertainment is okay with me too. Yes, not everything is. Not everything is. Guys. Not everything here is a conspiracy. Not everything. It's really not. You think Sam Raimi, who made Evil Dead, was making that movie for the government?
No,
they tried to put that movie down.
He made it for college kids. He made it for college kids, man. Do you guys think that Oingo Boingo come out with music that change you? It's just goofy music. It's all depends.
We got 11 minutes, so give me one more question. Give us another question. Hey guys, going forward, we do have a guest coming on Friday and Monday. So I'm thinking about keeping Wednesday kind of open for like more Q&A kind of stuff, because this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
This is kind of fun. So give us one more question, guys.
Yeah. And the cool thing is you get to walk away from here. I'm not asking you for any money. So isn't that fucking nice? You guys get it for free. I'm not telling you to give me nothing.
What's this? Hold on. I think there's a difference. Clips of groups making movies. Some good, some bad. That is correct. Now, hold on. Let me break it down. Now, money. If you ask, anybody has a right to ask for money. There's nothing wrong with money. But as a person, as yourself, you got to build yourself a criteria, okay? You got to build yourself a criteria because we live in times right now that money is hard right now. It's not. We don't have $3 million in a bank account. We're not millionaires. Yeah. We don't have God providing me with free food on the table or free food appearing in a
manifesting.
So if you do have like $20 to give, you got to build yourself a criteria on who and how and why you want to give that money to somebody. You just don't give that money away just like that. You know, you should find out, is this person worth it? Does this person need it? Because, dude, there's people asking for money who owns a house, who owns an RV, who owns all this stuff. Now, if I only got $20, I'm going to give it to a group that's really going to need it, or what are they doing with your money? Are they putting it back into a show? So you build yourself your own criteria if you have money. Now, if you don't have extra money, dude, do not give money if you don't have it. Don't ever. That's why I don't really have. I never bought my own shirt because I'm not trying to sell a shirt. If you want to buy a shirt, you can. It's there. I do have a T-Tree account. It's in the description, but I don't try to promote it because I know that people are struggling with money. So you never, ever have to feel like you have to give money. And if you do, build yourself a criteria on why you want to give some money out. Do they meet your criteria? And that's about it. Now, here is the question. Did you really like Army of Darkness? Yes, I did. I did like Army of Darkness. Dude, hold on. I got something I want to show. I want to show my friend here. Here we go. Are we ready? Are we ready?
Texas Danny.
Texas Danny. What is this? What is this right here? What does that say? Army of Darkness. Ash.
Yeah, I loved it. It's college kid made, completely independent, no money in it, nothing. They barely made anything as an investment. It was a fun movie, and it was a great starter movie for a lot of people with scary stuff. You know, it's the old fashioned independent. You know, go independent directors and stuff like that, actors.
TV's music influenced the world. If you disagree, you're batshit crazy. Oh, I'm not saying that all movies and TV music don't influence the world.
Influenced you. It influenced this person right here, AGM. It influenced you because if you're upset about it and you're emotional about it and it makes you mad about it, then it worked on you. Yeah, it worked on you. Now, I could listen to anything I want. It don't work on me. I tap my foot to it. I don't listen to the lyrics much. I'll be in there. I could jerk off to it. It don't bother me. I don't care what beat it is. It don't change my perspective. It don't change the flavor of rice in fucking China. So if it's changing your flavor of rice in your house, that it affected you already. It's affected you, and everything's affected you. Books affect you. If you're that affected by music and stuff, then you ain't got what it takes to block the shit out. Just don't let shit get to you.
That's the key. You gotta be a strong-minded. Listen, if we were weak-minded, if we saw that Criminal Minds show about Mandela effect people being serial killers, and you go out, you kill somebody, dude, you're just a stupid motherfucker. You gotta be stronger. Listen, I love Star Wars. I'm not gonna get. I know there's not a spaceship that takes me to space and fight aliens. I know that's not realistic. Yeah. It's just a movie. Now, this guy wrote Texas Chainsaw Massacre was distributed by the mafia, though. It could have been, but if it was, thank you. Thank you, Mafia, because I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Also, the bed you sleep on. You guys go to a mattress shop, and I've said this before, and people stole my fucking idea. I love how people steal my shit. It's just what they do for a living. The other truth is steal my shit. But you go to a mattress shop, and you see mattresses, and there's like a 50 fucking salesmen, and nobody in the store buying mattresses because mattresses are a big tax write-off. They're for embezzlements. They're for laundering money. That's what they're for. So if you own a bed, then you bought something from the mafia. If you bought a certain cup, you bought something from the mafia. You bought certain pairs of socks. You bought Nike shoes. You bought something from the mafia. So you can't sit there telling me that everything, the movies are mafia based. Yeah, and so is your bed and your pillows and pretty much half of your fucking appliances in your house.
Yep. Hey, I'm gonna say something right here. AJM wrote, "Not mad, fella, at all, Bob." No, dude, we love your honesty, dude.
Yeah, you're honest, man. You're
about
not being
what
put
you
down.
feel about movies. We need more honesty like that. If that's how you feel,
Thank
you tell us.
Thank you.
I'm not mad at you.
We want you to
like
say
that,
that.
and I hope you're not angry at me on the way I feel.
Yes.
If you
Don't jump
are,
on my truck. Don't jump on my truck. You got your own truck, man, and say what you think and feel. That's how you get away with it. So don't hide your fucking emotions, man. If you're serious about it, you goddamn right you say it, because somebody else might agree with you. You might have more than one. You might have a lot of people agree with you, and nobody has enough balls to say it. So you say it.
yes. Dude, we've said it all along. You don't have to agree 100% with everybody. Remember I said in the beginning, Bob, I said that if you and I agree with every single thing we say on this show, then we're frauds.
We're fraud. Yeah, me and Eric disagree on a lot of stuff.
Fraud. You and I think differently on a Bible. That's great. I'm glad.
100%, yeah.
If you and I said everything is beautiful, painted purple, we're frauds. Because I know you don't like purple. I don't like purple either. I don't know why I fucking said the color purple. No. I don't know why, but you and I see things differently, and that's great.
Yeah. 100%. We don't fight. We don't fight about it. I'm like, oh, whatever. Disagree to disagree.
And Bob to me is a character, and I love the big, cuddly, soft fella. Yeah. Right there. That's the key. If we could all, at the end of everything we say, every argument that we have said, and we could also say, I love the big, cuddly, soft fella. We have just proved that we could disagree and still have fun.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I hate about Democrats and Republicans is once a Democrat finds out that a person is a Republican, I'm telling you, this is Seattle, guys. This is Seattle. A Democrat will talk shit about that guy because he's another party. Dude, all because you belong to another party doesn't mean you can't be friends. Dude, it's okay to disagree.
Well, because he's right. The individual is correct. I added to it. I said, not only is the movie distributed by Mafia, so is your beds. He's like, oh, damn. I didn't know that either. Yeah, now you got more to say.
If you hate everything that's Mafia related, dude, everything around you where you live is all made and owned, created by somebody huge. This here was made by a major company, okay? This was made by a major company. Hey, guess what? Guess what? This phone is made by a major company. We're surrounded with everything that's owned by major companies. So you can't live your life hating every single thing, because your shoes, your shirt, your underwear is all made by a mafia. It's all made by evil people. Everything this right here is evil. My underwear, Bob, this is made by somebody evil.
Ew. You watch
You can't live your life in fear. Sometimes you gotta wear an evil underwear just to get by.
Yeah, I mean, everything is, man. You can't get away from it. Dude, posters, even your Bible.
Dude,
your Bible is made by
Bob. Your Bible is made by a publishing company that makes money off of you.
These are all different Bibles. Look at how many different companies have made your book. All different versions, by the way. All different versions. Even your book to God is made by the mafia.
I don't wear underwear.
I don't sometimes either.
Okay. If any, you don't wear underwear, but I see that you're wearing a hat. I'm sure that hat is made by
Oh, he froze. So I'll go ahead and continue. I wear a kilt sometimes. I also don't wear underwear. A lot of times I don't wear underwear. I don't want it. It's constricting, especially when it's hot and humid. Why would you want to why don't you want to free the boys? I free the boys a lot. I let the boys run free. I don't like to wrap them up. I mean, if I'm playing a sport, I want to tuck them up a little bit. I wear some tighty whities or something. But if I'm just taking a long hike and walk, I don't wear the underwear. So I like my boys to be free. Evil underwear depends on the bearer.
My boy, and I can stop anywhere I want and just mark my territory if I want to.
We did hit our 2-hour mark, but let me just tell you again what's coming up this week, rest of this week. Tomorrow, even if you're not into movies and stuff, we do have a fun time during our horror talk show, okay? Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the John Carpenter's Halloween versus the Ron Zombie Halloween movies. There's no right or wrong answer in this conversation tomorrow. So if you like horror movies, you like the Halloween movies, we are going to talk the difference between John Carpenter and Ron Zombie's Halloween movies tomorrow. I'm telling you guys, we have a good time. That show is only 1 hour. We go in, we talk about it, we have fun, we get out. There's no Mandela effect talk. Well, depending on if there's something in a movie that might have happened. But beyond that, there's no paranormal. It's just movie talk about Halloween. Now, on Friday, we got from the Bigfoot community, we got a group called the Manimal Research coming on, and also from the Paranormal company, from the Paranormal channel, we got a show called Back Road Hauntings coming on tomorrow. Coming on Friday. So the Bigfoot Paranormal is this Friday, so don't miss it. It's going to be a fun time. And Robert, you go, Commando. Texas Danny is an awesome channel. You guys should check Mandela Effect Quantum Stuff Texas Danny channel out. In fact, Bob, I'm just going to find his channel. I'm going to put it in the chat. Yeah. Because if you want to know anything about land changes, dude, this is the guy to check out.
Now, remember, guys, observation. Okay, now he's a veteran. He's a United States veteran. So if some of you disagree with some of the things he said, that's fine. He's not out there to make any friends. He don't have hardly any subs. He don't want subs. He don't care. Maybe he wants some subs, but he's not out there to do anything. He's not asking for a penny. He's not misleading anybody. He's just telling you his personal observation. Now, you might think he's crazy. That's fine. But he's still an entertaining, friendly guy. The guy you take his shirt off, take his own shirt off to give it to you, to protect you. That's all that matters at the end of the day. So if you might not disagree with what he says, fuck it. I don't care. He don't care. He's the nicest guy you're going to meet in YouTube. So be nice to these people that they're talking about changes that they see. Okay, that they see. It doesn't mean it might agree with what you see, but at the end of the day, again, he's a good-hearted person. I've only ever had good-hearted people in the sidebar. There's people say, how could you be that person's friend? Because he's got a good heart. Other people in the sidebar. He's got a
great heart.
You live in there. He's got a good heart. It don't matter what he says outside of that. He's got his own agenda. It's fine.
Here's 2 questions. I'll extend it a little bit longer, just real quick. Here's a question: how much do smokes cost in the U.S.? Bob, when you're in the U.S., how much did a pack of smokes cost you?
It's cheaper in the States. It's around, I would say, generally $9. In England, it's about 11 and change. So it's about 9 and change in America and about 11 and change in England.
Now, here's probably the most important question of the whole night, the whole day, that we should have talked about this from the beginning, Bob. Are you ready for this last question of the show?
What is it?
Serious question. Should skinny jeans be banned also? Yes. Texas Danny sees it. Should skinny jeans be banned? Yes. I'm going to tell you something, right?
Yes.
I do not look good in skinny jeans.
No.
If I don't look good in skinny jeans, ban the shit out of it.
Our older brother, our dead gay older brother, God bless his soul, whatever Allah or whatever, somebody bless the poor guy. He started wearing skinny jeans around the millennium.
Hey, Gabriel, are you there?
And it was shocking because I was like, what are you wearing, man? He worked on cars. He was like a grubby looking before he became a woman. Before he became a woman, he was wearing skinny jeans. And they looked really feminine on him. I'm like, what are you doing?
Hey, bro, are you wearing skinny jeans?
It's one step away from becoming a woman.
God
but
damn
for
it.
our older brother, it was one step away from becoming
on the show. I want to show people skinny jeans.
Oh, don't tell me he's wearing them.
No, my son's in the other room. My son actually has a pair of skinny jeans.
Oh.
He has a few. You don't want to wear one for the people so they can see what they look like?
Oh.
Sounds exhausting? Okay. Okay.
It's not. I'm sure there's a lot of heterosexuals that wear them, but they're pretty vain. If you think of a man, shouldn't be looking at his own ass in the mirror. Okay, it's just you don't be looking at your own. If you're looking at your own ass in the mirror, it looks like you might be wanting to take one. I don't know what that's about. So skinny jeans shows off the curvatures of your body. Why would you do that?
Well, Wistons are $6.50 in Canada, 14 Canadian dollars in Quebec. $10. What you said, $9-10. Absolutely banned. Yes, 100% banned. Bring back bell bottoms.
Bring back bell bottoms.
If they really want to depilate, they can force dudes to wear skinny jeans. Never mind the vaccine. That is awesome, guys. That is awesome.
You know, I guess, man. You know, I want no. Come on. It gets a man's eyes, not being sexist, but a man looks at a woman and she's wearing the tighty, you're like, wow, looks good, looks whatever. No, I don't want to look at another man's tight. What is a woman going to look at your ass? What is this? A woman don't have someone gives you up the ass. Why are you?
Well, anyway. $5 in Texas. I do believe smokes can be $5 in Texas because because smokes, depending on the state, they're taxed. Depending on now, see, people might not know this. In the state of Washington, they don't have state tax. So out of your paycheck, you don't have state tax.
Yeah.
So the only thing you pay out of your checks, if you're working in Washington, you pay federal tax. Yeah. So for state tax, they take it out. They take most of it from gas. They take it out from smokes. And there's like a soda
candy bars, sodas.
Now, like if you live in the state of in Oregon, Oregon is a tax-free state where you buy things tax-free. So in Oregon, things are cheaper because you don't pay taxes. But in Washington, you pay more taxes for smokes and gas than most states. So it's like, do you want to pay more out of your paycheck or individual gas or smoke? So it's kind of it is what it is, depending on your state. Now, here this guy wrote, Wisconsin or West Virginia, it's $7.25.
Okay.
So every state has their own taxes. So it all just depends on where you live.
Useless taxes. Ask yourself, where is it going? Next time you buy, ask your congressman, where's my taxes going? I've been paying this for the last 10 years and I have seen nothing out of it. Where's it going again? Where's my tax money going again? There's another one. You guys want to fuck the masks. Go find where your taxes go. Find out where your taxes are going. Leave the masks alone and go find out where your taxes are going.
And then ask the question, when they want to raise your taxes, first question you should ask is, well, where's our taxes going now? Okay.
Yeah. Where are they going, man?
Raise taxes, is there like a program that's not working where you get the money from? Those are the questions you should be asking.
Where's the money going? Where's the money going?
Every state should have an independent audit done.
Yeah.
Not a Republican or Democrat audit. It should be an independent audit to find out exactly where all the money goes. So now, once you know where all your money goes, now you can say, you need extra money for another fire station? Okay. I'll agree to that tax because I know where all my tax money's going to.
And list those schematics and plans.
Remember the movie, Bob? I know we should be ending the show, but remember the movie Independence Day, where that one guy's Jewish father guy said, "You think a hammer really costs $20 or $100?" That's right. That's true. The government pays big money. Where is that money going to? That's where your question should be.
Yeah. I knew a guy in the Army. He was an Army captain. And they were NASA was paying $6,000 for a writing scribe. A writing scribe. Somebody want to know what the fuck is a writing scribe? It's a pen. $6,000 for a pen.
Yes. Look here. Everything. I'm originally from California. I didn't know this change. Including air is taxed in California.
Oh God, no.
California has federal tax, state tax, and taxes on food is one of the highest in the country. California fucks you over 3 times over. That's why I moved from California. I was tired of paying federal, state, and still have the highest sales tax versus any other state. How does that work?
What if you don't pay your tax? Well, over in England, remember, they got to pay their TV tax.
TV
They
tax.
pay their TV tax. At the end of the year, it's over $100. You got to pay your TV, BBC tax. They will put you in jail.
I like what she says there. That means people actually have to read the government budgets, then understand them. Doubtful. Yes, true.
Right.
That's the thing. That's the thing is they make the book of taxes so complicated that they make it where you think your money is going to real places, but it's really not, because they know that the average person can't read a bill.
Can't read anyway.
Yeah, can't read anyway. Oh, what is it? Texas Danny, thanks, guys. I will always tell all what I'm seeing in quantum effects changes. Thanks, through Robert. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very good.
So guys, check out Texas Danny's channel. She's an awesome person. You guys should really be checking her out. She's a fantastic person. There's a lot of great people in the chat right now. We're already in the show, but I want to say shout out to Suzanne Cassie. She's a fantastic person. I don't know Vinny that well. I recently just saw Vinny here now. Vinny seems like an awesome guy. He seems very polite, very nice. Thank you. Angela Clown Reality, same in the UK. You're everybody here today in the chat has been terrific. Everybody.
I was worried about Q&A, dude. I was nervous about Q&A, man.
Dude, as soon as we start talking about masks, I thought, holy shit, we're gonna lose everybody. Or
oh my god, man.
God, I thought we were gonna lose everybody. And dude, in my description, if you go to the bottom, the song that I end the show with is by Flat Accord Music. His page is in my description. He's a great guy himself. He writes music, and if you're good friends with him, he might even write you a song if he trusts you and he believes in you. Great guy, awesome. So everybody, we're gonna end this show. This, like I said, this song is created by Flat Accord Music. So if you like him, check out his channel. Go to my description. He's an awesome guy. So
ask for a penny.
Everybody, I'll see you tomorrow for Horror Chat. Even if you're not, even though it's not a Mandela Effect channel, guys, check out that show, Horror Talk. It's fun. It's great. It's 1 hour. You'll have fun. Trust me. You will have fun. And then Friday, Bigfoot and Paranormal. Woo! All right, guys. See you all later.